Hello and welcome to our little video preview of the upcoming spaceflight combat sim that is Interloper. This one comes to us from indie developer Anchorite, who was also behind Unstoppable from a few years back. That was a post-apocalyptic truck racer where you'd kick your ride out with big old guns and flamethrowers and all other types of nastiness before eventually facing off against waves of enemies on these procedurally generated tracks. Interloper is, as you can see, really quite different, the most obvious change being that it's set in space and you're commanding a high-tech spacecraft as opposed to a hulking truck. I've been having a good time with it so far, though I should definitely point out that the build I'm playing is not indicative of the game's final quality, so you might see the odd little bug here or there. Chances are they'll be ironed out in time for launch though. So what's it about? Well, basically it's a sort of mix between a roguelike and a horde-based survival game. You're sent into these giant space battles against rival ships, frigates and the like, and you'll usually have a primary target to take down. Then, once you've managed to blow them up, you'll quickly warp out of that area and into another map. During this brief window of time, you'll have the option to leave with what you've earned up to that point. If you're smart, which I'm not, you'll know when to quit and back away with your ship and rewards in hand. But time and again I get too cocky and keep going when I really shouldn't. But that's also because Interloper is, for the most part, really good fun. So the core action is actually quite simple, which works given the constraints of the platform it's on. Basically you shouldn't go into this expecting a hardcore sim or anything like that, but at the same time it's also fairly unforgiving if you're not smart about when to attack and when to turn and run. As I say, I all too often end up being overly aggressive and either crash into another ship, mine or whatever, and get blown up in a million different ways. Kind of like Unstoppable before it, this one gives you a range of different weapons and abilities to add to your ship. So far I've seen a sort of afterburn, speed boost power, and little robots who will pop out and repair your ship if it's starting to fall apart. I'm not super far into it so far, but I'm sure that we'll see plenty more weapons and upgrade types later on. You can't switch out your current loadout on the fly or anything like that. It has to be done on the main menu after or before each run. As you can see, it also looks terrific, lovely explosions, and there's a great sense of style to it in general. The audio work is decent too, with enemy shots whizzing past your ship or landing with a really heavy thud when you've not quite managed to avoid them. Controls wise, I've been using my trusty DualShock for the most part. The touchscreen controls seem like they'll take some getting used to, and my preference for any sort of flying game on mobile will always just be a controller. Another thing I should probably point out is that you can play this in portrait or landscape. I'm currently playing on an iPad though, so landscape is obviously the way to go there. And with all that being said, Interloper is currently expected to launch on July 30th for iOS, and you can pre-order it now if you like. It'll be a premium game priced at $5.99 or £5.99, and it's been very enjoyable so far, as I say. Very much looking forward to giving it another go when the shiny launch day version eventually rolls around. And yeah, I think that will do it for today's video. As always, thanks very much for watching. I've been Cameron, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.